Your first question is, do you see any positives coming out of this crisis that may help us in the post-corona age? So that's a huge question. But if I were to guess, I would say that, okay, I'm going to make this up. I would say that post-coronialism would be the cultural antidote to post-colonialism. This is very likely the end of the lure of the Western brand and a clarion call for world cultures to begin digging into their own resourcefulness, minting their own stories, investing in their own economies, and sharing their brand of renaissance with the wider world in a more universal, egalitarian, and human way. So the post-corona age is very likely to be emotionally borderless. Your second question is, what's been the impact of your work/business and how are you coping with it? Well, we're all working from home, and even though we're braced for what I would say a 35% shortfall, we're discovering that the great cataclysmic events actually demand more communication from us, not less. So fortunately, we've been very busy manufacturing content for our clients, which is better equipped for speed to market. But along the way, we're also reminding ourselves to focus, to be present, and to not get carried away by misinformation and the hysteria mongering that's sort of going on. And in this entire context, if you think about it, anxiety is really experiencing failure before the event. So when it comes to coping, which is what your question is asking, I think now more than ever we should all lead with some degree of reason and cogency, and stay focused. Do what we all have been doing, but from home. And lastly, you're asking, what is your message to fellow Pakistanis? All right. So my message to fellow Pakistanis would be threefold. Firstly, it's important to understand that doom happens, but gloom is a choice. How we respond to our environment is always a choice. So here's a collective call to dig even deeper into the resilience we're famous for, and to brave the odds while we're at it. Secondly, I would caution against becoming a victim to the hype. Media, as we know because we're in the business, media is arranged for sensationalism. So if we give our attention to every piece of content that's flooding our gadgets and it's coming into our homes, then we become its customer, or in some cases, if not most cases, we become its victim. So a healthy disregard is as important as your focus on things that are truly deserving of your attention. Like your kids, or maybe food, I don't know. And lastly, my message would be to not listen to anyone who has a message for fellow Pakistanis. I put this in quotes because the canvas is 200 million people strong, and everyone has a very different set of priorities other than your own. So I'm going to end it at that.